So today I'm going to do a quick review of the DJI Osmo. Now what is the Osmo? Basically it's the logical successor to the Steadicam. So previously if you wanted a smooth shot for your film, you had to hire a Steadicam operator who'd come with his Steadicam, put your camera on top and get the nice smooth shot for you, which was very expensive and quite time consuming. But nowadays technology has started to take over that. So recently we've seen large camera stabilizers come out, like the Movi and the Ronin, which are basically handheld frames with 3-axis stabilizers in them that let you get nice smooth shots. Now these are great, but they're still quite difficult to set up and quite heavy to carry all day. Now the Osmo is a really neat alternative to these. Basically, it is a 3-axis stabilizer, but with a built-in camera similar to the GoPro. Now what's great about the Osmo is it lets you get nice smooth shots with limited hassle, and it's very easy to carry around and use all day. So I'm going to show you quickly how to set up the Osmo, and then I'll give you my thoughts after a day of shooting with it. So first of all, you unlock the gimbal. Basically the locks are there to make sure that the camera doesn't get damaged while you're transporting it. Now you need to put your phone into the side attachment area here and install the DJI app. Now this lets you monitor what you're filming, and also it lets you control the camera. So once you've installed the app, you switch on the Osmo and connect to the Wi-Fi network. And you can see now, as I move the Osmo, you can see the actual camera is stabilizing. So if you want to use the Osmo, the most important bit is the trigger at the front. The trigger lets you carry out a number of tasks. If you press and hold the trigger, it'll lock the Osmo at what you're looking at. So even if I twist the camera, you see it's still pointing straight ahead. If you double tap it, it recenters the Osmo. A triple tap will put it in selfie mode. So if you want to film yourself, this is a great way of doing it. There's also a thumbstick on the back. Now the thumbstick lets you manually point the camera wherever you want it to. This is great if you're wanting to film around a corner, or if you want to pan up or pan down during the shot. Now while I've got the camera pointing this way, I'll also show you the app. So you can see here I've got a nice full screen preview of the video. But what's great is the app gives you full control of the camera. So if you press this settings icon here, you can actually take the camera out of auto mode and adjust the ISO and shutter speed that you want for your shot. This is really great if you're filming in challenging lighting conditions and you're finding the automatic exposure is maybe setting to the wrong level. You've also got other controls of the camera. So again, if you want to recenter, put it on selfie mode, etc., it's there. You press the settings wheel down there, you get even more detailed controls of the camera. So if you want to change the frame size, frame rate, for example, you can do that through here. Now, what's really cool about the Osmo is it also supports slow-mo. So you can film at this at 120 frames per second at 1080, which is really great for getting smooth shots. And we've used that today and it's really awesome. So I've been shooting with this all day, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about what I think about it. Now, one of the issues with the Osmo is that the camera is fixed focus and fixed aperture. Now what this means is they've set the focus to 3.5 meters from the camera, and you can't change that. And due to the aperture, that means anything that's 1.5 meters away from the camera or further will be in focus, but anything closer will be out of focus. Now that sounds okay, but it doesn't mean it's difficult to get close-up shots because people's faces will start to become blurry. It also means when you've got the camera on selfie mode, your face is a little bit soft because the camera's not quite far enough away. But I think the biggest issue with the Osmo is the battery. Basically, you have to put a battery inside the handle to actually power the Osmo. And I found these run out quite quickly. So if you are filming all day, you'll want to buy multiple batteries and always have one battery charging to make sure that you don't die in the middle of the shoot. You've also got the fact that because you're using your phone as the monitor, you've got to keep your phone topped up. So if your phone batteries run out, you're in the same problem. There's also occasional issues with monitoring the video on the phone. I found that sometimes the picture could break up or freeze while you're filming, which means you can't be confident about what you've shot. However, the fact that you're able to change all the camera settings from here, and watch previous takes was really useful while on the set. Now, I happen to really like this camera. Basically, we've been shooting with it all day, and I haven't had to stop to think about setup once. We didn't use any tripods, any grip equipment of any kind. I just ran around with this and we were able to get some really cool shots. What's great with the Osmo is if you want to stand still and get a static shot, you can, and it will smooth out any movement in your hand. But then if you want to move into a panning shot, a tilting shot, go up, go down, you can do anything you want. Even if you want to spin around your subject, which I did quite a few times, you get some really nice results from it. And this isn't possible with any other piece of equipment. If you wanted to do this with professional equipment, it would have taken much longer than a day to shoot this. We would have needed much more crew and much more expensive gear. With the Osmo, I was able to do it all on myself with a relatively cheap piece of equipment. Remember, the Osmo is only £500, and that gets you a hell of a lot for that much money. So I think this is a really amazing piece of equipment, and I think any filmmaker would want this in their repertoire. If you do any kind of shoots like weddings or music videos, even just short films, it's a really fantastic tool to use as an additional camera, or even as your main camera if you want to. So there you go, that's my thoughts on the DJI Osmo. Probably one of the most remarkable cameras I've shot with for a while. All in all, a really incredible piece of equipment. Thank you very much for watching.